readers. Today I'm actually going to do kind of a series overview and review, and it is on the manga series Hatsu Haru. I just finished this series. This is the final volume. It has 13 volumes, and it is by Shizuki Fujisawa. It's classic shoujo, but kind of with a twist. And where the twist comes in is that really from the first volume in, the kind of, I would say the main lead, where normally you would have a female, is actually the main male character. And his name is Kai Ichinose. And Kai really takes on that dramatic lead character role. But he's also an interesting character because he's kind of, in the beginning, the very, very beginning, kind of flirty, kind of leads girls on and then breaks their hearts. And that's where our female lead comes in. Our female lead, who is, I'm always looking at the names to make sure I get them right, is Riko Takanashi. Riko is kind of an aggressive, assertive girl. So, and she's very small, but man, she is tough. She goes right up to Kai and she punches him in the face. And she tells him to stop being mean to girls. That's the long and short of it. She's sick of hearing about the various girls having broken hearts, and she's sick of Kai treating girls that way, so she hits him. I'm not condoning violence here, but it is done in a comedic way. And I think, too, why it's almost more comedic is that you do find out right away that these two have known each other since, babyhood, at least elementary school age. You know, they met each other very, very young and have sort of grown up together, and they have these preconceived notions about the other. And so the main plot of at least the first chunk of the series is really about the two of them getting to know each other and developing a friendship and love interest. And at first this is a very difficult thing because Kai quickly develops feelings for Riko, but it turns out that she is really in love with somebody else. And it's an unrequited love on her part because she cannot be with this person. This person is in love with somebody else and is actually going to get married. So we see really Kai take on the friendship role and the comforter role in that whole thing. And he's trying to be the good friend that Riko needs as she is navigating her path toward really a broken heart, because there's no way that anything can happen in that relationship. And then, of course, from there, there's the mixed feelings within Kai because he really wants to confess to her and have her love him, but he wants to respect her and her feelings and not try to force that on her, because that could separate the two of them. And it's charming just seeing that whole relationship develop. And then even after that too, how will their relationship progress? How will they treat one another? But Riko is a bit dense. I mean, she just doesn't necessarily pick up what Kai's putting down. Anytime he's trying to indicate that he likes her, she's just kind of dense about it. She'll have her own thoughts and thinking one way or another, but she doesn't necessarily put two and two together to get that maybe they're both having similar feelings. I don't know. So it's just charming seeing their relationship develop. On top of that, you will see, at least from looking at the final volume, that there's a group of friends around them. So it's not just their stories. There is, make sure, once again, I get them right. After Kai and Riko's story kind of, not necessarily wraps up because they appear throughout the whole series, but gets more resolved, you will see Miki Kiritani and Kyo Ushima. You'll see their relationship, and they're kind of a pure and innocent couple. But Miki is a guy who kind of feels like she won't be interested in him because he's very, very short. And I think if I remember correctly, he's shorter than her. So he thinks that they won't have a chance to be together because she'll never give him the time of day, but really they both like each other. So it's just getting over that hump and, discovering if they really do like each other. So their story is really cute. You have Takeya Misaki and Ayumi Shimura. Their relationship is fun, and it goes on through most of the series because they sort of agree to do like this fake relationship, but if I remember correctly, Misaki is also in kind of this weird relationship where he is in love with somebody that he can't really be with either, and that relationship has kind of moved on, but he hasn't fully let go of that yet, and it's really hard for him to move on. And so then Ayumi, kind of including with their fake relationship, kind of helps him to move on. And I think they're actually really one of the sweeter couples that go throughout the whole thing. Like, their story is engaging because they really get to know each other. First, there's kind of like a sparring thing, but then, like, as friends, like, they really get to know one another. And I don't know, I really enjoyed seeing how their story would play out, because she was really quirky, and he, I think, was a still waters run deep kind of person. So it was charming seeing those two. And then the final couple is Taru and Kagura. And they were interesting because, again, they're friends from elementary school, and they've grown up in different temples. One is a Buddhist and one is Shinto. And their grandfathers, I believe it was their grandfathers, have been kind of like friends from different viewpoints since way back. And there's almost been like this charming rivalry between them, but they are friends. And so so when it comes to their grandkids, I don't know, like, they both feel like they have to take over their respective temples, which has always kind of separated them. But on top of that, he is like this major flirt that loves to date lots of women, and she doesn't like that about him, and she also doesn't think that he likes her or see her as a girl, like someone that he could be with. And so they have this really interesting dynamic. Like, she gets really mad at him a lot when he's being all like, and he's very airheaded about it, but she gets very mad at him. And I don't know, like, they're always friends and forgive each other because they've been childhood friends, but there's also a lot of hidden things going on, and so you'll see their relationship develop. And then I think just overall, like, you want to, it's just shoujo. It's just shoujo emotional relationship fiction, and sometimes you just need like a good shoujo story. And I think that this nails that. You got all the different kinds of relationships. You got adorable art. I don't know, I loved the art style. It's a floaty piece, like you read it and you feel fluffy and good, and I don't know any other way to describe it. That's just how it is. And I'm almost sad to see this go, but I also like when things wrap up because that means I have time to move on to another series. But, yeah, 13 volumes. I think it's worth a read. If you can either pick this up yourself or borrow it from the library, do it. I think you won't regret it. It's just charming. It's charming fluff. It's a nice break from if you've been reading a lot of, like, more mentally rough stuff. I don't want to say, like, if you have watched too much Attack on Titan, and you need a little break, you might want to do that with some Hatsu Haru. You could also have read too much Attack on Titan or like Tokyo Ghoul, then like pick up Hatsu Haru and just float away in the fluffiness and feel all the heart squeezes from different relationships and that frustration of when they're doing stupid things. You know, you're gonna get all those nice feelings when you read Hatsu Haru. It's good shoujo. That's it for this video. Until next time, bye.